Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix 100% guide. We are here back into the Gummy Ship menu to basically make our way to our third world in the series. Another revisit Olympic Coliseum. And I think what's super nice in the layout of the games is that we had new worlds in Mulan and Beast's Castle. But yet they were linking in with previous games that we knew already. We knew Mushu from the summoning, we knew Beast as a Andal from previous times spent together. So it's nice now that the revisiting now of Olympus Coliseum will be again another world we've been to, but something different. Now for this Gummy Ship mission, we're using the Falcon because we basically have so much damage that we'll get through all this stuff really quickly. And as I say, we're getting a big boss fight now with a gigantic Gummy Ship. This is basically our mission. We have to basically take apart the ship from the inside out. So we can shoot at the cannons, but it's better to do that at closer range. And basically all we're doing is we're trying to avoid the gunfire from the small cannons. And then when we can, we're shooting at the silver circles in the center of these big wheels to allow us to break apart parts of the ship, basically. And we're trying to defeat the ghosts without getting hit. And now that we're kind of coming up along the sides, we want to focus our fire on the silver cannons. They shoot white shots, and those shots will do damage to us, hefty damage to us. But we can get tons of HP back by blowing up the little black cannonballs and also defeating and destroying the cannons themselves. But as you can see, the Falcon is built all weapons all the time, so we're under no pressure or stress in defeating those certain bits and pieces. And as I say, we now have a fly by the other side, which is now super lackluster because we basically defeated so many parts of the ship on our initial flyby. So, yeah, we're just zapping away the ghosts there and getting some HP back. But as you can see, there's literally nothing now for us to destroy bar these circles on the other side. So with enough practice and focus, we can break one and then break the other spinny bit there as well. So now we're down to just the front of the ship, and with a bit of focus fire as well, we can 100%, once we get turned around again, defeat the front of the ship, destroying the black ghosts that give us more HP, and trying to get our way up to 30, but I actually think we've just taken too many hits in the middle part that it basically means that we're not going to get there, unfortunately. But we do get more Gummy Ship pieces with the rarer enemies spawning on the left and right, which is quite good. And now that we've literally broken the ship in half, we're going to zip on out of the Gummy mission. Mission complete, some new blueprints. And as I say, we're going to come back once we've gotten really high tier ships and redo these early missions again. So do not worry about that. What I might as well be transparent about now, recusants, is that I go to Olympus. This is out of World Order. This is very much a harder battle level. The enemies in this world are stronger. And essentially, it's not great. I do get some way through the world, but literally in the middle of this episode, I do have to call it and kind of say, oh, listen, okay, we're gonna have to, call this and now make our way to a different world to basically get through the rest of this with no issue. But as you can see, Hercules taking out our, secret boss in one big swing. And this world gets a massive space upgrade because we've now landed in Hades' Underworld, connected to the Heavenly Colosseum by a staircase of light.
Are you sure this is the Colosseum?
It's that way.
Oh, guess we were a little off. Heartless!
So we gotta be the hero and help her up.
Thanks, but I'm fine. And you're supposed to be?
I'm Sora. He's Donald, and that's Goofy. We came to see how Hercules is doing.
You know Wonder Boy?
Yeah, 'cause we're heroes too.
You mean junior heroes, Donald?
Looks like we have a friend in common. Name's Megara. My friends call me Meg.
So how's Herc? Wonder Boy, well, he's duking it out in the Colosseum every day. You know, a hero's work is never done and all that. He's ready to drop, but he keeps on fighting. Even Wonder Boy has his limits, though. These opponents are bad news. Special deliveries from Hades himself. Hades? Right, Lord of the Underworld. I was on my way to see him. Maybe I can get Hades to give Wonder Boy a breather if anything happens to that kid. Gorsh. Sounds like you're more than just friends. Oh, I mean... We'll go have a little talk with Hades. I'd hate for anything to happen to you on your way to see him. You really want to do that? Well, I guess I'll take you up on that offer. But let's keep this whole chit-chat with Hades thing our little secret, okay? Our lips are sealed. The music in the Underworld is just giving such vibes. I absolutely love it. We are going to be saving and making our way through the Underworld. Again, just making sure we can get by and get through all these different challenges. Heading through here, we can collect another puzzle piece because we've gotten enough of our drive to have our high jump done, so that's always good. These little monster dogs are a pain in the butt. We get some more defense at level 13, very nice. And we can destroy these little soul wisps to collect magic, because as you might notice, now that we're in the Underworld, our drive gauge is bound.
The organization.
Yeah.
Oh, a random organization HUD always means chaos is abounding. So speaking of chaos, the ceiling is going to drop random boulders. On normal difficulties, they don't even really do damage, or if they do, it's negligible. But what ends up happening here in crit mode is that not only are you being staggered, you're also taking a tiny bit of HP damage as well, so just be careful. But we are going to be collecting some treasures, so keeping an eye out for these. Another new enemy, the Lancer. Very dangerous enemy. Very, very dangerous. So keep him at a distance. And as I say, keep an eye out for treasure chests along the way too. There is a fork in the road, and look at that, like one bark from these dog enemies and I'm already at like half hit points. It is not a joke. Nothing to be joked with there, guys. I do still have my high potions shortcutted, but I don't want to be burning through them either. Do you know? Just using a potion for safety, because the enemies can and will be everywhere in the Underworld, and they're all just super strong, you know? Like, managed to block the Lancer there, but one miss with the Lancer there and we're already on super low hit points. And it's at that point I genuinely am like, no, I'm just fleeing, running away. Because what you can do is you can go in between the different zones here. And those little candelabras of like ghostly fire, you can smash those for HP orbs. And our HP is so low on critical that genuinely it will heal us up a good amount. So I just am literally going back to recharge my MP, recharge my HP, and then we will be able to press on more as we go along. So, you know, discretion is the better part of valor. We are on crit mode. We do not need to take any unnecessary risks, especially when we are world jumping. Like this world is meant to be level 16 and we're just level 13, so we're under leveled on the hardest difficulty, and I do not have the gaming skill to mediate the difference in my stats versus the enemy stats, so we're gonna just have to play it a bit safer. And I know, like, if you could combo the souls maybe in a certain way, you would be well able to just, like, look at that, Donald needing to save us, Donald and Goofy down, like, these little doggies are no joke. But at least they drop good enough hit points that, like, it's somewhat negated.
Come on! Yeah.
And I'm just kind of, you know, fighting around, trying to get my MP back. There is a treasure chest, so I'm going to try and quickly nab it without drawing enemy attention. And then we can make our way back further down the cavern, following that mysterious organization member. Let's see what he has to say when he's confronted.
Run away!
Okay.
Truly the epitome of valor. But what this cutscene does let us discover is a Final Mix exclusive, an absent silhouette. What's the deal with this book? It looks like it's called Absent Silhouettes. Are you sure we want to touch that? You know, you can't be too careful in the Underworld. You're right, it might be a trap of some sort. Those of you that have played Chain of Memories with me, or Rechain of Memories along with the series, knows that that book belonged to Zexion, one of the organization members that have been taken out in Rechain of Memories. And what Final Mix allows us to do is there's certain absent silhouettes dotted around the different worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2, and we're actually able to challenge them to a sort of mini boss fight with Kingdom Hearts 2 mechanics. No card system, no card breaks, no crazy combos, just literally us, our drive forms, and them fighting in real time. I do end up picking a good few potions up just so that my restocking can be okay. I hand over my synthesis, which does give us the ability to do free development, as well as we picked up a recipe back in Land of Dragons, and this allowed us to create the drive recovery recipe. And since we've leveled up our Moogle status, we can, or since I collected a certain number of materials, I think it was, we're now able to freely develop with free recipes, but obviously the recipes we find in treasure chests are much more valuable in terms of creating mega potions, drive recoveries, things like that. Now, we want to deal with our Lancers first. The Lancers are immune to thunder, which is not ideal. But we now know that lucid shards are dropped by these little doggies, so we can hunt them for lucid shards. Not a bad thing at all. We've also gotten a mithril stone. Now, typically Mithra is only dropped in chests, so we will have to be keeping an eye out for those. And again, just keep on top of Sora's abilities. Check over them often, because you also get abilities from beating boss fights in certain challenges. So sometimes a new ability might go unnoticed unless you're checking regularly. But as I say, we're going to be heading through and starting another cutscene. But I do just want to make a mention that, like, I think it's so powerful to Sora's character that he is so unbothered and brave in exploring the underworld and, you know, confronting Hades. Like, in the next scene that follows, Donald and Goofy are super nervous, and Sora's like, caution to the wind, devil may care. Just like, yeah, Hades, we're coming for you. Come out and face me, you coward. So I think it's really, really cool. In terms of us using potions, I'm going to be using them sparing, as in not sparingly. I'm going to use them when I need them, and that's unapologetic. So,
Where do they dig these freaks up? Jeez Louise.
Oh, they're nothing but trouble, the whole lot of them. So, what are you gonna do about Hercules? He's made mincemeat out of every fighter you sent at him. Pretty soon, the Underworld's gonna be standing room only. Say, why don't you just pick somebody already dead and save him the trouble?
Dead. Dead is good. And I know just the warrior.
I'm scared too, Donald.
Hades, come out!
that's right, Sora. You tell him. So, we're going up the Valley of the Dead. And basically, guys, we're in a bit of bother because I challenged up through this area. And what ended up happening was I lose the next fight. The enemies are too strong. And we just don't have the stats, and I don't have the skills to get by without the stats. But I might as well tell you of some of the, like, strats for coming back down the way. And that would be just like with the original. You know, keep your MP up. Do not let your MP go into recharge, because with enough patience, you can just replenish your MP super quickly. With these little bat enemies, they give us frost gems, or frost shards, I should say. So that's super cool and useful. And then we have the little plank guys. They drop HP a lot, so they are pretty good at keeping you alive. Their ranged attacks are super powerful, so be careful with that as well. Now, since the Lancers are immune to thunder, fire is actually quite good at stunning them. And then once they're stunned, you're able to kind of knock them into the air and do an air combo. Or if you knock them away, you can follow that up with a blizzard attack, which is quite good. But the Lancers deal so much damage. Like, you'll watch one stray attack from them, nearly over half my hit points. So, it's nasty, you know?
By the by, what's down there?
Just the Underworld's deepest dungeon. This time I'm bringing out the mother of all bad guys.
You don't say. Well, maybe I should go.
Let's cut to the chase. Here's the deal I'm gonna offer you. I let you out of the slammer. No strings. You'll be free as a bird. And all for one little job. Fight Hercules in the Colosseum to the death.
This is my story, and you're not part of it.
Did you forget who you're talking to? I am the Lord of the Dead!
No wonder no one wants to die.
You are fired!
Hades!
You again?
Fight!
So, oh my god, you guys, we have found Orin.
Get up!
We have found Orin, it's so cool. But when we're fighting Hades in his own realm,
That's it.
we are ineffectual. We do nothing.
That's it. Take that.
Something's wrong.
I feel kind of funny.
That's right. See, that's the thing. In the Underworld, heroes are zeros. Comes with the territory.
Go now!
But I've got to talk to Hades.
What was that?
Can't fight him here. We have to go. Now!
So, Orin is switched in. We need Donald because there's no point in having Goofy. We don't have our Valor form. Orin has plenty of awesome abilities. He's absolutely goated, as is to be expected. It's freaking Orin, you know what I mean? We're going to have a fight with Hades as well as Heartless. Hades is immune to everything. We have to try and escape. And long story short, we don't escape.
Don't count on it.
Huh? Oh!
Leaving so soon?
So basically, guys, when we return, we're going to just be returning to do
That's it.
this escape route.
They know your place.
And what we basically need is a bunch of ethers, really. Ethers would make this super easy. You can just spam Orin's overpowered overdrive. And like that, we have to run further down. What I would suggest is keeping an eye on Hades because he will just hurl fireballs at you and you'll be dealing super like high damage from those fireballs. But then if you're not keeping your eye on the Lancers, you're in trouble. But as I say, I basically end up going, actually no, do you know what? It's not worth the stress, it's not worth the hassle. I don't get through this in any way, shape or form at this level. So I do end up deciding, look, I'll just grind against enemies, collect some synthesis items, and then I'm going to go on to Beast's Castle. Get some levels there. And as well as that, guys, what I just have to also mention as well, which is silly that I don't, the magic you get as a reward from Beast's Castle is so important that going into harder worlds without it is just silly, basically. Like, this is where I was like, alright, I can't even make it back to Hades. So do you know what? Let's just go. Let's just go back, collect some more levels from Beast's Castle. Some more items, some more spells, and we'll be better equipped to take this on next time. And what's super nice about just the way the Gummy and the world map is laid out is that, yeah, we've opened the gates, so now we can literally just nip over and, like, land in Beast's Castle. All done and dusted, no issue.
Hey, what is this place?
It's huge.
That's what she said.
And sort of gloomy, don't you think?
I wonder who lives here.
Hey, does anybody else recognize that?
Hey, that's the Beast.
Yeah.
Maybe we should check up on him.
Look!
Come on.
The music for this world slaps as well. The soundtrack for Kingdom Hearts 2 is A to the amazing.
Where did he go? What? What? Found it!
Let's go, guys. We can fight off some shadows. After all, we have fire magic. The absolute ghost for crowd control. Just Ring of Fire is up and get rid of all these nasties. And before you know it, the beast comes to our rescue. But he doesn't seem the happiest to see us. That's
Come
curious.
on, enough already.
Somebody help us! Ow!
Just in time. Wah!
Gee, do you think he maybe forgot who we are?
With this many Heartless around, something must be up.
Why do you have to do that?
So that's pretty much been our episode, guys. We're gonna leave it here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.